am I alive yet? I never know if I'm live or not. See, StreamYard. Okay, so it says I'm live. All right, cool. So I just want to talk about, like, today I want to talk a little bit about my 6-day fast. Oh, hold on a second, right there. So what I learned from my 6-day fast is really these things here. So um, hunger is mostly in your head. So I was starving for the first 2 days. It was like almost unbearable, man. I was kind of grumpy. My wife and I were talking about this last night. And it's really funny because as I was talking to her, I'm like, when was the worst time? She's like, man, the first 2 days, you were kind of grumpy, hon. And by day 3 is like my most favorite day, man. You know, I'm spiritual. I'm doing a lot of meditation. Besides the meditation, I'm also in a place where I'm actually get the mental clarity. This is because your body and your brain are based on ketones, or we're working on ketones now. And so it was really awesome. You know, I dropped 19 pounds total because I was exercising through the whole thing. And, you know, I was doing light exercise, long walks, light weights, multiple reps. And it wasn't just the weight loss, because most of the weight to come back, like probably between 5 and 10 pounds will come back, which is perfectly normal. I'm going to stay in ketosis though, so I continue to lose a lot of weight. I got a whole regimen of a diet that I'm going to continue on. This wasn't about weight loss for me. This whole fast was like about me connecting again with my body. You know what I mean? And I'll probably do 3 or 4 more of these this year. I really like it. I like my body likes it until about day 4. So my body really likes it till day 4. This time I did something a little bit different. So I used magnesium. So before I've done just water, which I'll tell you, I'd done 6 days before on just water, and it is tough. My kidneys were like, let me know, my kidneys let me know the last time I did this on day 5. They're like, hey, homie, we will put your ass on the ground and keep you here and maybe even hospitalize you if you continue to do this water fast. So this time I took magnesium and I took salt and water. So it was water, salt, magnesium. And then now I'm still in day 6. And what I'm doing is a liquid diet, and then I'll reintroduce food. And then tomorrow I'll have solid foods for at least 2 meals, okay, for tomorrow. So with that, I think the most important thing is, you know, your body will shock you. More energy, you'll get better sleep. I'm already focused, like my whole focus and I've created a new indicator, created new entries for like trading charts, which is going to like totally revolutionize the whole entire world and market in there. But beyond all that kind of stuff, like I was super focused, and it's amazing your senses. So you'll have these amazing senses, you especially with food, right? Like by day 3, it's like I wasn't hungry anymore, but I was very aware of everything around me, very present, and that's something I really loved. The other thing I did during my fast, I did some Wim Hof breathing, which is you do 30 of those, and then on the 30th time you and hold for as long as humanly possible. Deep breath in, and you do that on 3 sets. So you do 30 of those. On the final one, you breathe in, breathe out, hold for as long as you can, and then, you know what I mean, then you breathe in, hold it for 30 seconds, breathe out, and then you do the next set. You do 3 sets of those. That was super amazing on my fast. The other thing is that, like, when I'm hungry, or, you know, I do things like, you know what I mean, like at night, like I'd feel like getting food or whatever. And so I was like, all right, man, it's time to go for like a couple mile walk. So we went and did walking. We did hiking another time. So just constantly, if there was, like, you know, hunger pains, or, you know, feeling hungry, or my body's trying to sucker me into the kitchen, right? It's amazing how many times I ended up in the kitchen. Mostly no necessary need to be there. I'm like, all right, why am I here? you know, it was also like a mental game. So, um, you know, there was a huge mental game. You know what I mean? Like, I remember when I quit smoking cigarettes, man, this was like years and years and years ago. But like the hardest thing on the planet for me at least was like how do I quit smoking cigarettes, right? So it's you know, I'd get angry just so I could go have a cigarette. You know what I mean? And it's like crazy. I'd have these crazy thoughts of, you know, just crazy situations going in my life with family of past or kids or, you know, all the other crap, business failings, business successes that should have done something different. Doesn't really matter. We were just doing all these different things kept coming in my head. And I had to like, I actually went out and created a whole, I created a whole personal mission statement, and I had a prayer that I said, and I created like my own personal mission statement that I'd read over and over and over again when I had these thoughts that like I couldn't stop the thoughts. It was crazy, man. But the really good part of all of it was that at the end of this, I was actually able to really go out and really, number one, I was able to stop that stuff, and it was nuts for a little while. My body's like, my brain's trying to figure. I mean, like, unfathomable. Like this part right here is like, we're doing a fast. Period. Cut it out, right? What I also want to say is that like this wasn't my first attempt, right? So I've done this. This is my third or fourth time. I'll have to go look at my books because I've done it 4 times. Once was like it wasn't like it was like 3 days, 2.5 days. I couldn't do it no more. This is my third time successfully doing 5 or more days. So at the end of it, like you get the huge weight loss, which is like wasn't really the purpose this time. I want to be reconnected with my body, and reconnecting with my body was amazing. Plus, I wanted to do like a flush, like I wanted to like cleanse my body, and so like that. This is like one of the best ways. It was unbelievable. Like my eyes got skinnier up here, like my chin. I used to have a little bit of saggy chin. It's gone. It's unbelievable, man. But doing these in the past and what was different this time was like, number one, I knew what I was getting into. So I was really getting into like wanting to be connected with my body, really want to cleanse, really feel great. You know, but I really did. I like the senses. I was talking about the senses a minute ago. So like you're just, you know, hearing gets better. Your eyes, I mean, it's pretty wild, man. You're like in its heightened awareness. It's like drugs without doing them. Right. But, it was just really, really fun. It was really, really fun. And my body enjoyed it this time because I did the salt and I did the magnesium. Usually I've done it without that in the past. And I don't know if it's dangerous or not, but for me, I wanted to do it with those 2 supplements. And, you know, the benefits are what I've got out of it was, you know, I let go of a lot of things. So this was more of a mental and spiritual journey than it was like a weight loss thing. You know, the weight loss was added benefit, but the rest of it was just this amazing feeling, you know, and it was hard as hell. I'm not going to lie. Like day 1 is tough. Day 2 is tough. It's probably the hardest. The hardest of all the days is day 2. Day 3 is like, okay, we don't got to do this food thing. Just got to continuously like remind myself taking a water in. Day 4, I took a nap. But outside of that, like I was up and doing stuff and exercising and doing work and etc. Would I do this again? I would absolutely do this again. And you see, like I'll probably do like at least 2 more or 3 more this year. I like this a lot. And plus, I mean, just the caloric perspective of this is amazing. Cause like, I mean, if I do 2 or 3 of these a year, 5 days times like, I don't know, no calories or very few, you know, 5 times 3,000 I normally put in my body is about the right amount for me to lose about a pound, half a pound a week is about 3,000 calories because I'm pretty active. If you go past, you know, so 3,000 times 15,000 calories times, you know, let's say I do it 3 times a year is 40, what do I say? 15,000 times 3. So 45,000. So over 10 years, that'd be 450,000 calories that are not in my body. You know, so if nothing else, I'm avoiding crap for at least that long every time in my life. Not to talk about the, you know, cell regeneration, all the good things that happen from a long-term fast. I'm excited to do it again. I'll announce the next time I do it. Was really kind of scared to like announce it, man. Like, I have tried this thing. I've tried this fast and I've been successful with it in the past. So even having success with it in the past, it's hard as heck. Like, I have had so much amazing failure with doing this. And I consider myself as someone with an enormous amount of personal willpower. And, you know what I mean? And someone with me who has an enormous amount of willpower bestowed upon them, like, it's crazy to me, absolutely crazy to me to think of all the people, including myself. Like, and that's probably why I didn't announce it this time. I didn't know I was going to make it. You know what I mean? It's quite a journey. It's a journey for the people around you. It's a journey for yourself, and it's a journey for your body. It's a journey for this, it's a journey for the subconscious mind and everything in between. And I feel like I have a much better relationship with my liver. I feel like I have a much better relationship with my kidneys. And I feel like I have a much better relationship with my stomach and the rest of my body. And so, it also has put me in a conscientious awareness of some of the things that I have to do differently while eating. And I figured this out many times ago before, but it was like, it's truly fascinating to me, like how much time people spend on food. Like, I don't know if I'd ever want to eat more than once or twice a day, because like we spend so much time thinking about it, preparing for it. Like, it's insanity, right? So I'm just like, holy cow, you know what I mean? Like, I can't believe that, like, we have so much energy is put into our food consumption. Besides the ritualistic crap that, has been installed upon us, but I'm talking about like how much effort and time is spent on food. It's insane. I found I had a lot more time to do a lot more things because I didn't have to, oh crap, it's almost time to eat. Well, what am I going to eat? Have this dialogue and think about it a half an hour before I do something about it, or maybe an hour. And I'm like, well, I'm getting ready to preparing the food. I'm like, well, what am I going to do for dinner? I'm making a late lunch. Like, what am I going to do for dinner? And I have this 30-minute conversation in my head and battle different opportunities and options. And it's just crazy to me how much we do that. And every single one of us does that. We spend a lot of energy, mental energy, on thought about food. And when that's not there, the clarity and presence that we have. So I'm going to, start getting a lot more prepared meals. Like, I just ordered a bunch of things for that. So I'm gonna do a lot more prepared meals. I did some of that before. We've done some of that before. So we're going to have a chef come in probably once or twice a month to create an enormous amount of food to, like, okay, so we have option 1, 2, or 3, or option 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which option do we want? Great. 1. Great. We're going to make that. We're going to rebake it. We're going to do whatever. We're going to put it together and make it. There's 1,000 different options there. So it just creates an amazing amount of, okay, like, I'm going to start cutting the amount of effort, time, and energy I put on food. Again, it's like every time I do this fast, it's like, wow, I put an amazing amount of time and mental energy into trying to think about food. It's like a magic realization of like how much time we spend on that stuff. So, but completing day 6 and ready for food and going to do it. It's been an amazing time with my body, though. I mean, if you're thinking about trying this, I mean, talk to a doctor first. I'm not a doctor. And I know it can be like, I've looked at a lot of white papers on this before I did it. A couple of years ago, the first time I tried, about, 18 months ago, something like that. It's about 2 years ago, maybe a little bit under. It was the first time I tried this fast, and it was amazing then, and it's still amazing now. And I look forward to my next one, and I'll invite everybody that wants to come. I'll invite you to that one as well. Have a beautiful day. Have a great rest of your week. And I am just absolutely phenomenal. I feel so good, man. I feel so good. I will be under 300 pounds this year. Yeah, I'm just, it's so good, man. I'm under the weight I was when my daughter got sick. So I'm back to like where my body was before my child got ill, which was, another mental journey. I think that was a really hard thing. The thing I wanted to eat around the most, a friend of mine's child and was very sick, and things happened, and that child did not make it, and it hit me like super hard. It gave me just brought back like post traumatic stress or whatever it's called, but post stress thoughts or whatever. And, I was super sad. I'm telling you, like, that was the hardest time I wanted to eat was then, right at that moment, that was really, really difficult. That was the hardest thing emotionally for me to handle because it brought back, it like flooded my brain with all the things that were going on with her and stuff. And just like everything else, man, I did the Wim Hof breathing. I breathed through it. I accepted it to be there. I didn't try to chase off the emotions, which is something that's one of my favorite things to do. And I didn't do that. I just felt the emotions. I didn't feel great. I'm not going to lie, but it felt great to feel it. You know what I mean? And not try to bundle it up and toss it into an ocean or anything. But I just took the moment to feel it. And that was really awesome, man. It was really awesome that I did that. The situation wasn't awesome. The situation with my daughter's thoughts, when she was in the hospital for a couple of weeks and we didn't know if she was going to make it or not. That was very not fun. Luckily, my daughter made it. But when other people go through that same or similar situation, it hits me. And I'm able to connect to them. And I pray for them and I bring my prayer groups. And, And I just would like everybody, if they're watching this video, to pray for my friend and his family. That's it. That is a mother trucker. They have a long road ahead of them, and they need plenty of love and compassion and prayers. So with that, I am absolutely complete. This is day 6, and I'm going to complete with some kind of food, whether it's it'd probably be broth, tea. Yeah, I haven't done tea. So been a great time doing this. And I encourage you to check with your medical people first and then try it yourself. I mean, if you can make it past day 2, it's a beautiful, beautiful journey. Strongly suggest the Himalayan salt or something similar, Celtic salt, Baja Gold salt, something that has a lot of minerals and stuff in it. So you have your body at least has minerals. There's not mineral appreciation. That's the only thing I did different this time. And it was a lot smoother takeoff, a lot smoother entire thing. And my kidneys didn't demand that I stop either, which is that was pretty profound. They weren't like, hey, they're like, hey, you mother trucker, cut it out. No, that's the that was kind of the kidney response the last time. So I didn't get that this time, which was great, man. Just a really great, phenomenal experience. And one of the things that I've been inviting into my life lately is like a host of stellar people, because I've had a host of not so stellar people and groups and crap the last couple of years. But what's really amazing, I've had like so many, like I've had like over half a dozen amazing people from my past, people from my kind of current present, just phenomenal human beings enter my life. And so, like I said, even though this was kind of it seems like it would be a physical journey, it was more a mental and spiritual journey for me this time, which is exactly what I needed. And I just wanted to share that with you. And I don't know if you want to try it or not, or if you do, I'd love to hear some people. I found someone that did a 3-day fast, and that was really cool to hear their experience. And there's so much more than just, it's not done for weight loss or just cleanse. It's like mental clarity. It's mental. It can be mental connection. It can be connection to your body. It can be an actual spiritual experience if you want to, create that with it. There's just so many different ways you can go with a fast. Have a beautiful day. And my phone's ringing, so that means I must leave now. Take care.